welcome to episode 2 of the Celleno campaign for Combat Mission Fortress Italy. I'm Joe Average Gaming. Thank you once again for joining me on this little adventure. And starting from where we left off, we are in the process of getting our reconnaissance troops in position to start getting eyes on the German-held railway crossing and creek bridge. Now, the objectives, once again, Creek Bridge and the railway crossing are covered by a depleted unit of Germans. Does not give me a size estimation, but I would be guessing somewhere in company minus levels. So probably looking at somewhere between 150 to 200 Germans at full strength. I don't know how attrited they are. But they have multiple anti-tank positions somewhere along this railway berm that have been causing our armor serious problems, as we can see over here. They have already attrited one of our Shermans. This happened before I took over the campaign. And poses a serious threat to any kind of push, whether that be infantry or vehicle-borne. 75mm high explosive and direct fire can really put the hurt on any kind of infantry push. So we're going to try and see if we can start spotting anti-tank guns and knocking them out. To that end, I have two sections of British reconnaissance troops. I'm pushing them along this wood line here, trying to spot along this area, and then I have another section here that I'm kind of going to leapfrog down this road very slowly to see if we can start getting eyes on the railway crossing and the high ground area. Which I also apparently need to... Here, let me look at the briefing again. Yes, we need to occupy the railway crossing, creek bridge, and high ground, destroying Axis forces, and trying to keep our casualties under 15%. So, alright. Everybody has their orders. We're going to continue letting our artillery fall along this wood line here. This is where I expect to have at least one German anti-tank gun, most likely a 75mm Pak 40. I would not be surprised in the least. High. Alright, so this detachment safely got into the woods, which is good. They've had to do a double sprint, and they are showing for it. So we're just waiting. We should be getting reinforcements somewhere within the next 5-ish minutes of game time. I don't know what size of reinforcements we'll be receiving. Most likely the remains of our infantry companies and the HQ. Oh, and there we go. Oh, wow. So yeah, it looks like we've got a company element, plus a few more Shermans. Some Daimlers from the Recce. And some more infantry carried half tracks. A couple of mortars, which will be good. 51mm mortars, they don't pack a tremendous much, but still, any kind of direct fires are useful. Look at that. What looks like 1.5 sections per half track. That's interesting. So sections, which is the perfect equivalent to a American rifle squad during this time. We also have what looks like a weapons platoon. Carry Vickers machine guns. We have the B Company HQ and 2IC. Two more Vickers gun sections. One, two, three 51mm 2-inch mortars. The range on these things is not excellent, so they will have to be used in close range direct fires. They also do not carry a large amount of ammunition in their bodies, and their vehicles do not appear to be carrying any extra ammunition. So you've got 12 shots to make it count. So hopefully that will be enough. But we also have 2 extra. It looks like 2 extra, I'm not sure. Tank sections. Might just be 10 tanks right now. We have the 1 Sherman Firefly, and the rest are 75mm Sherman 5s. Once we get positive ID on German positions, we'll start moving these guys into positions to start capitulating on that. We should still be getting 1 more wave of reinforcements, so I should probably start making way for these guys, because we're supposed to receive 2 waves of reinforcements over a 20-minute period. So we could be getting the second wave at the 40-minute mark, or we could be getting these guys in the next 1 to 9 minutes. Who knows? I'm not sure. The artillery should be dissipating probably either at the end of this turn or the next turn. It was a short long, or light long fire mission, so I don't expect that we will be receiving too much more. And I'm going to check actually our foe and see what he has to say on the matter. Yeah, they'll be done at the end of the next turn. They've expended a fair amount of ammunition, somewhere in the equivalent of 44 rounds, which is not bad for how long they've been putting fire down. I don't expect they've really done too much damage, but anything is better than nothing. Really start thinking of how I want to, because again, British infantry basically relies on platoon-sized elements fighting in cohesion with each other. Trying to spread out my forces in a way that is equitable. I'm thinking this right here is going to be very non-advantageous for us, because while this ridge here provides us cover from the majority of German resistance on this side of the hill, I would not be surprised if there's machine gun nests, especially in this building, but along this ridge line, which will have a clear line of fire once we break this wood. And while it's easy to miss a 3-man recce section, I find it very hard to believe that the Germans would misplace a entire British armored infantry platoon in this field. And so you've got two buildings here and here that could potentially house German machine guns, snipers, forward observers, especially this wood line too. There's no telling where all we could be receiving fires from. So probably not going to be pushing up here with dismounted infantry. I could potentially, if I can clear this side of anti-tank guns and here of anti-tank guns, I could potentially move up here in the half tracks if we could find a break wide enough in the woods to allow us to pass, probably like right, maybe here. Very likely it would be here to allow us to transit that wood line, push up and hide behind this ridge. But I'm thinking the best course of action would be to take at least this initial platoon, drive them down to essentially right here, set up the half tracks and a few tanks in a fire base, and then press the infantry across the field and section bounds while blitzing this building and probably this wood line here, but we'll see. Here comes the last few rounds from the artillery. Plastering that wood. Plastering is a strong term for what they're doing. Gently reminding the Germans that they are not completely safe. And this second section will continue to leapfrog past them, probably to right here. Yeah, that'd be a good spot. Oops, that fingering. Sprint them across because I have the same luck of a bold man winning a cone, and I know how likely it is for me to run into German fires. So, These guys, as of yet, haven't spotted anything. I'm hoping that changes, but that's still a very large amount of territory for them to have to... Ooh. Yep, somebody just took fire. There's a German sniper in that building. These poor guys are going to attract all of it. And they're going to be sprinting. Yep. Dollars to donuts, there is a German marksman in that building. Which means that the plan might change. How long did it take for this guy to come over? 8 minutes on that thing. Wow. He is. It'll take 5 minutes for the bishops. Priests, my bad. And 6 minutes for the 5.5 inch. So, a good amount of time less. So, I'm going to take this vehicle. Right up here. So, dismount. Clear the rest of this travel. Double quick, just in case. He is going to march his probably relatively unhappy ass over here. So I can get direct fires on that building. I'm just going to cut my losses and turn that thing into rubble. Ah, fuck. I should have dropped these guys into a walk. Mostly because it makes them harder to spot when they're walking that, and it retains their energy. And exhausted troops really don't do me any good. Now, they stop here, they're really not going to have a good line on anything, so might have to march them back a little bit, but right here wouldn't be a bad spot. Apparently they're still in visible contact with their leader. I find that hard to believe. But we'll see. Okay, gents. I can kind of see that also. So yeah, we'll leave you right here. Pray the Bren gun carrier doesn't get smacked. That's a real equalizing amount of firepower here. Okay, these guys, I'm probably going to have to get them up the ridge a little bit. So that way they can spot something instead of looking at the inside of the ravine. Yeah, artillery fire is finally Who's firing? That sounded like a British 303. Hopefully it wasn't this guy. No, because they don't have anything to shoot at. Your pixel trooping aren't going to shoot at anything unless they can see it, or unless you tell them to. So I'm having to wonder what that was. Maybe it's still that sniper? So the sooner the foe gets over here, the better. anybody has seen anything thus far. Somebody's getting shot at still. Not sure what. So we got the regimental commander and regimental. That's the battalion. It's Bravo Company HQ. I think he might be battalion commander. Yeah, he's got to be the battalion CO with his XO. Sacrifice one of these Stuart Reggies. I'd rather not if I don't have to. Let's not take any unnecessary casualties. So, do this the good old-fashioned hard way with the Mark I eyeball. No, my luck, this guy's gonna take a fucking shot to the face. Where is the foe? Oh, it's still over here. Okay. Yep. Somebody's taking shots. And I think it's directed at maybe these guys. I haven't picked up on any muzzle flashes though, but I'm willing to bet it's right there. I mean, it could be anywhere along that ridge line, but it's going to be a lot harder to spot anything inside of a building than it is. Excuse me. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm over here yawning. Like nobody's business. It's going to be a lot harder for these guys to spot anything that isn't in... or that isn't outside and exposed. Alright. Once more. Yeah, that was close. The turn in charge is on his leisurely stroll. There they go. Oh, sniper got a shot in. That's not good. There's our first casualty. At this range, with them moving at a pretty fast. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, jackass? I intentionally wanted you... Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, McGenius. A, don't wear yourself out. B, get the fuck. Okay. Please tell me somebody caught some sort of eyes on that. Nothing? No muzzle flash? That was a high explosive shot that just hit the position. Probably 75 caliber. Or 75 millimeter. 75 caliber, what do we got? Space Marines? Is this Warhammer now? No, that was very likely a 75 millimeter high explosive. So I'm gonna make sure these guys are spread out. Alright, gents. Time to go into hiding. Meanwhile, you gents. Y'all are next. You're not gonna like the tasker I have for you, but boy howdy do you need to get it done. Lance Corporal, what's your nuts? You drew the short straw. Now here's gonna be the real determining factor. Are there AT guns on that bridge line? We should be blocked by that copse of trees up there, at least until they get to it. But I'm expecting very angry 75. I mean, it could potentially be up to 88 millimeter. We've had reports of anti-tank fires up to 88 millimeter in size. Here, 40-minute mark. Draw you guys up slow, and then at the end of that, hide. I'm gonna tire the fuck out of those guys, but it needs to be done. Looks like we got potentially more infantry. it says. Another 30 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and save it here and call it for this block. Thank you all very much again for watching. Greatly appreciate it, as well as any kind of tips, pointers, help of any kind that you can give me on this game. Again, I don't profess to be good at this game. I am, at best, violently mediocre. Or aggressively mediocre, my bad. But yeah. Again, can't wait to hear about it in the comment section. Thank you once again, and have a great day.